Good day, my name is Malemone, my surname is Maraba, and I came to Siyabonga Africa to grasp the skill of now how to sew and actually pursue my dream in fashion designing. So here, this is where it all started. Firstly, I had to know how to stitch properly straight, but then at first it was a bit of a challenge, but over time I've managed to actually fix my problem. Where else I've actually improved so much that I know how to stitch straight and actually have a same stitch and also have some twin stitches, which is actually something that I've learned at Siyabonga Africa. I've also learned about the machine that's called an overlocking machine, which actually overlocks the stitch and prevents the fabric from fraying away, which is something that keeps the piece together. As we move now, I've also learned how to sew my own skirts, but then there's actually a mini piece that I've actually learned here at Siyabonga Africa before I've learned to actually sew a proper big scale piece. At first it was a bit of a challenge, and sometimes I could feel that I have to give up, but then because of the support and motivation that I got from my facilitator and also from my classmates, it kept me strong and it kept pushing me forward to improve my skill and actually grasp what I have to grasp, which is knowing how to sew and knowing how to place a pattern properly and actually put together a piece into one final product. Of which over here I have a side bag, which is I had to start from the beginning as well as it was a fabric, but turn into a final piece of a side bag that you can actually use for your shopping, and you can also use for anything else at home, just for packaging when you need it. And also learned how to actually make my own bucket hats, which is something brilliant because I never knew how to sew a bucket hat from scratch, but I always had been curious of how to actually sew my own bucket hats. But now I know how, and it's even a turn over. What I like about my bucket hats is that you can turn it over into two different designs, which you can actually use for certain occasions or certain outfits. And over here I've learned to sew a proper hoodie that actually contains a copy and also a pocket, front pocket. Where else it was a bit of a challenge at first, but then along the way, the support and gracious that I've received from my classmates, it actually motivated me to actually pursuing my own dream of being a fashion designer. I can confidently say that I know how to stitch a proper stitch from a sample to a final piece, which is something that's amazing.